So in this video, we are going to talk about how to use your e-commerce imagery to help eliminate doubts that a prospective buyer might have and how to really start overcoming those. So in previous videos, we've talked about the who, what, why we are taking photos. We talked about different ways to use composition to help the viewer kind of guide through the website, guide through the photo, get to where they need to be. We've talked about a lot of different things, right? So when it comes to using your e-commerce imagery, so your e-commerce imagery is all of the imagery that is just on a white background, all the things that you see on Amazon and usually on your page listings. So every image that you take when it comes to e-commerce should really be highlighting a different benefit or feature of your product. When we're creating imagery, we want to make sure that every image is inspiring and educating the viewer in some way that the previous photo did not. So if we can create imagery that tells the viewer everything they need to know and that they don't even need to read the description, we really hit the mark right there. We're doing great. So when we think about it, you want your first main image to tell an overall view of what this product is. Full picture, not cropped, filling up as much as the frame as you possibly can. As we scroll, usually you can get 3 to 5 images that people are going to look at. After 5, you can add more. After 5, though, there's less of a chance that the viewer is going to actually look at them. So when we're creating imagery, you want to really focus on your top 3 and then your top 5. And then everything else is icing on the cake, is how I look at it. So looking at your product and saying to yourself, all right, what are the main 5 features my product has that people like? Why are people buying this? Is it a fabric thing? Is it a taste thing? Is it a weight? What is it? There's so many different things. I could keep on going. But what are the different aspects that help your product stand out that make people want to buy it? So for example, I did a photo shoot with a woman who sold one of those over-the-door hangers that came with little baskets, usually used in a bathroom. And we created different photos. So the main photo she originally had was just a straight-on shot. And what I said to her, I'm like, all right, so we are going to angle this to the side and we're going to back up a little bit. So when we angled to the side, you were still able to see the shape that you got from the straight on shot, but we could also see the depth. We could see how deep it was. We could see the hooks that it went onto the door because they had this little extra like pinchy part. Couldn't see that in the original photo. You could see the Velcro that was on it, so when you want to wrap it up. That one photo went from just being a really flat image to saying, here are 5 pieces of information that you could not see in that first photo. Now we're going to take those 5 pieces of information and really hone in on them. All right, which ones are the most important? Let's get closer up. Let's do a detail shot. Let's show an example of how this is used. And then that can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your carousel. And that helps the viewer say, hey, now I get it. This was the whole overview of the product, and now I'm getting these extra features. Now I'm getting the close-up view instead of it being a bunch of random pretty photos with really no structure. So if you want me to look at any of your listings, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to do a review and say, hey, let's try switching it up or flipping this or reorganizing it. Happy to go over any of that with you. Just let me know.